Hello and welcome to a new video, and welcome to a little village called Fotheringhay. So what does this village have to do with Richard III and Mary Queen of Scots? I'll tell you what, let's have a look around and we'll find out. It's nice to see they've kept, like a lot of the villages we've looked at, they kept the old phone box, but they've put a defibrillator in it and a little local library. So as you can see, it's a quiet little village full of old houses, thatched roofs. But let's walk this way. Now I'm using a new shoulder strap, so sorry if you shaking a bit much. I've got to figure out the right angle. So this village has an interesting history, which up until recently I didn't know about, because, well, I'm a bit stupid. About 20 years ago, I used to deliver parcels for a company similar to FedEx, UPS, that kind of thing. Now, I used to come to this village quite regular. I used to deliver to that pub across the road. Although, for some reason, I seem to think it was a different name. So I used to deliver wine there 2 or 3 times a week. Let's cross over. Well, you don't see many of them anymore. Anyway, that's not what I'm here for. Let's go for a little wander and I'll show you why I'm here, and we'll see what this place has got to do with Richard III and Mary Queen of Scots. So this is the pub I used to deliver to. And obviously, because I was working, I never really took any notice of the history of this village. As you can see, it's all stone walls. So this village is about 13 miles from Peterborough and about 4 miles from the village or town of Oundle. Of course, one nice thing about these sort of places, you get close to the wildlife. Well, would you class them as wildlife if they're... Anyway, let's not get bogged down on that. Let's go and have a look at this magnificent church. We'll have a look from the other side. So this church is a 15th century church. And looking at it, maybe that pub was always called that, but anyway. Let's have a little bit of a wander up. I'm going to wander around to the countryside because you get a beautiful view of this church from the other side. It actually is fantastic. Probably rivals some of the cathedrals we have in this country in terms of looks. Obviously not as big. And then we will discuss the real history. Now, isn't that gorgeous? Sort of Harry Potter look-alike. But let's go and have a look around the other side. Just lovely old buildings. You know I do like some of the older houses. But that's not why we're here. Beautiful thatched roofs. So this is the River Nene. And I've had to walk over this little bridge to get the view that I want, so bear with me. If I can make it before this bus and car comes. So that's about the best view as I can get from here. I was hoping to be able to go into the field, but you can't, to show you. And that's as far as I can zoom in. But for a little village, don't you think that church is just amazing? Let's just get over this bridge before I get run over. Now I'm not going to go too much into... Same to you. I'm not going to go too much into the history of this village because, well, quite frankly, you know, if you've watched me before, I can never remember. And trying to read off my phone whilst filming, it just comes across terrible. But there is a little bit of history in a minute when I find it that I will discuss with you. This property here, according to the sign, or behind here, is a bed and breakfast. So you can come and visit here and have a wander around the countryside. Now, that's the main street. That's the way I've just come from, over the bridge. We're going to take a walk down here. Now, I've never been down here, so if I've read the map right, what I want to show you is down here. There's a campsite down here as well, apparently. So whilst we're walking down, I just discuss very briefly Richard III. So Richard III was born here, which isn't terribly exciting. So the main reason I'm here, if you come up this walkway, that's the way I've just come, you'll come across this barn. And this is where you want to go. And this is what I didn't know was here. So this is Fotheringhay Castle. So rather than me talk to you about it, I'll let you have a quick read. So as I said, Richard III was born here in October 1452, when I can read. Now unfortunately, the castle's not here no more, but this is where Mary Queen of Scots was held prisoner and executed in 1587. Now, you know, even if you don't know your history, you know these names. And to find out that I'd been coming here for years and not realising that these figures or these names that I knew was local. So the castle was dismantled in, I can't remember the date, so I'll add it onto the screen for you. And most of it was used in other castles and buildings. So it's only the ruins left. So we'll go and have a look in a moment. If you do come here, just be careful, there are holes in the ground and cattle mess, sheep mess, whatever it's from, all over. So there's the bridge that we was on a moment ago, just to give you an idea. And the River Nene, you can just see the church there. So let's go down and have a look at this rock. Ooh, at least it's dry today. Ooh. Right, let's have a look what this is all about. So King Richard III, his youngest son, Richard Duke of York, and Cicely Neville was born in this castle in October the 2nd, 1452. So it looks like this is part of the castle that's been kept. So Mary Queen of Scots was beheaded in the Great Hall of this castle, 8th of February 1586. Then it says stroke 7, so who knows. I'm going to go up the mound in a minute, but there's someone up there, so I don't really want to go and disturb people. River's nice and calm today. So let's try and make our way up there then. I don't know what's up there, whether it's just the top of the mound, but you know what, we'll find out together. So yeah, just a little bit of history there really. Now where the other person is, there are some steps, but looks like people have walked this way, so I'm gonna try this way. If I fall down, don't laugh. Oh, nearly. Okay. Well, sadly, that's all that's left. Oh, that's nearly killed me going up there. But a beautiful view, nonetheless. So if my memory serves me, Mary Queen of Scots was buried at the cathedral at Peterborough. I seem to have read that recently. And then I think it was after 25 years her body was moved to Westminster Abbey, but I'll double check that when I come to edit this video. Right, so I need to try and get down here. So I came up sort of about there, but there are steps here, but they're not great. Ooh. If I fall down and break my neck, tell my cat I love him. So there we have it, we've made it. Like I say, I'm not here to give you a big history lesson. There's other people on YouTube that'll do that for you and do it much better than I will. I'm just here just to show you just some little things. Got a day off, it's not far from where I live. Give you one or two little interesting facts. But yeah, if you're in this area, pop down and have a look. So I'm going to make my way back to the car. And then onto, I'm not sure where I'm going next, but onto my next video. Oh, that's almost killed me, that has. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that little look into this little village. Let's cut this corner, everyone else has. So yeah, if you do enjoy these little sort of videos, without too much information, but just enough to make it, I wouldn't say the video interesting, but make what I'm filming for you kind of interesting, then leave a comment and a like and let me know, because it's easier for me to film these sort of videos on one day off than it is for me to try and fly around the world. But saying that, I'm going to make my way back to the car, try and catch my breath. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, take care.